I guess to summarize, I have been internal family systems, EMDR informed with most of my work paradigm in treating complex and chronic post-traumatic stress disorder with internal family systems and EMDR. I use motivation enhancement therapy and CBT for all. It feels like a lot of times the addiction that I treat is just a blossom of trauma, a symptom, a side effect, a behavioral consequence of learned behavioral traumas that have patterned and habituated. And it's kind of a soothing mechanism for what lies beneath the consciousness. And a lot of my work is just engaging with folks and exploring with calm, curious compassion, all of those places where there are rabbit holes in thoughts, feelings, beliefs that limit their ability to connect and belong to themselves and others. So what are the other acronyms that I use? I've been in training for the last 2 years with the Institute of Core Energetics for somatic psychotherapy for the parts of trauma that get embedded along our central nervous system beyond just what goes on in our heads, what happens from the neck down. Their body has its own intelligence. There's gray matter along the spinal cord, which connects to the vagus nerve, which had me hitting a lot of repetitive blocks with IFS and EMDR. There were just some rabbit holes that kept reappearing in talking and conversation with folks who were trying to get better, and they kept hitting the same systems over and over again. At first, I looked into entanglements in the soul, which led me to family systemic constellations, which is kind of a hub here in the New Haven area. Some of the big facilitators and trainers in the Northeast, Ed Lynch and Bill Manley, have been doing this German form of psychodrama. It's not psychodrama. Bill Manley will be the first to tell you. In any case, constellations is which you identified, is wonderful for helping resolve those entanglements that we don't necessarily get to see just by talking, the transgenerational trauma pieces. And then, I started experiencing the blocks in the body that led me to core energetics. And now I'm also exploring neurofeedback and neuromodulation, which work with the brainwave frequencies, the central nervous frequencies, and the subtle body energetics to help clear pathways to help people be more in flow. So since a lot of it involves light and working with light and hypnagogic strobe light therapy and light wave frequency, I called it lucid flow.